All right, guys, we are into the finals of season 1 of the SSL. Uh-oh, let me turn this down. We're in the finals of season 1 of the SSL, and joining me this time, we do have Eonzerg. What's up, man?
What's up, Nyoken? Hello, everyone. I'm just so happy to see another Soulkey final. You can imagine.
Of course you are another Zerg in the finals. In fact, this very same Zerg. And he's going to be facing off versus Sharp, who's now made it into the finals for the first time since season 1. You can see it right here. They're referencing it right here. Even though Shuttle won in season 1, I think his opponent was Sharp there. And now here we are 18 seasons later, and he's finally done it once again.
Season 6 was so epic, man.
Yeah, oftentimes I see on Reddit or, YouTube comments like, what season of ASL should I watch, or what games do you recommend watching? I agree. I think season 6 is my favorite. Effort's play was insane. He deserved to win. He had, the crazy burrow move on circuit breakers. 111 was considered like unbeatable back then. And he showed like, hey, what do you mean unbeatable? I can slam that easily. Didn't he win like 4-2 or something?
That was also Nyoken, like you say, the 111 era that the Flash with the 80 plus win rate, I believe, against Sir. It was super high, by the way. And to see effort actually like dismantling that build and just like destroying it and put it to bed, really. Like, I don't think like people use that build anymore after that final.
It is very rare that you see 111. I still think 111 is really good, but of course, I'm not playing at pro level. So I don't really have a good opinion on that. But I would love to see it more, especially on maps where you can wall, like we had with, what is it, Kickback this season. I know you can actually full wall off Radeon, and in fact, I've seen players like Speed do that quite a bit, but we still haven't seen 111 really come back. I think the only person that comes to mind really is Sock. Every now and then I see him do it. But here's the man of the hour. I think this is who everybody agrees is the clear favorite in this finals. It's Soulkey. He's going for his 3rd championship. But Sharp, he's trying to get one for himself. He did really well versus Hero, right? Like he beat Hero, what was it, 4-1? But Hero's best
Yeah,
matchup not necessarily versus Terran. So even though Sharp won and he got revenge for the last season where he ended up losing, Soulkey a whole nother beast.
it is. This guy is making history. This is the most dominant ser in the post-Kespa era, and I mean, at this point, just making history. He already tied the Queen 2 ASLs. And I think Nyoken, to be honest with you, if he actually managed to win this season, it's going to be really hard for another third player to tie this record. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's I don't think that'll ever happen. Who would do it? Who would ever win 3 in a row? I don't even know if Flash would be able to win 3 in a row right now because all the players are so good. By the way, guys, I am on a different setup right now. There's nothing I can do about it. I just have to try and do my best here. Also, I noticed before the stream came on that my microphone was a little bit staticky, so I'm trying to manage my volume with my voice a little bit. Um, but yeah, I still think the stream quality should be pretty decent. It should be okay, but that's just an FYI.
You got sharp. No one expected this guy to make it to the final. Very impressive. Um, I think very few people expected him to take down Hero. But he did in an convincing fashion. So don't really count him out yet, because I feel like, first of all, the way for him to win this finals is to probably take the first 2 maps. If he put himself in a position that he takes the two first maps, and then he proceeds to play and not really get into sulky mind games. Like, for example, if I was Sharp, I would be making a bunker every game just to not lose to Zerlings.
Yeah, I think Sharp is going to need to be the one uh, dictating the mind games because Soulkey, he's just too good at it. If you fall for the trap, he's going to run away with the game. I agree with the statement where I think Sharp needs to get off to a good start. Maybe not necessarily 2-0, but I feel like he at least needs to win the first map. I'm curious what the map order is because we saw Soulkey kind of just dominate on kickback. You know, he crushed light with the in snare. I don't know if that's a map where Sharp necessarily wants to play a mega late game there. I remember you saying that Mech is very strong, but I can't even remember the last time I saw a Mech game. And then we also saw Soulkey, even though he should have lost the Pantheon game versus Light, he still ended up winning. So,
You
yeah, I
know,
feel like,
Nyoken flashes back to the field, and he's been using mech a lot. And now I see other Terran players using mech also. And for example, I saw Flashlight destroying Hero with mech. Um, so it's going to be interesting if actually Sharp took inspiration from Sharp from Flash to use mech in this series.
well, all the games that I saw of Flash playing Mech, he ended up opening like Command Center first. Like he started off with a wall on Apocalypse, goes into straight, or starts with a depot at the wall, goes straight Command Center, and then goes racks, and then like really fast gas. I haven't really seen any other type of mech from him. I mean, I could be wrong. I know he can play all of them, right? Like he can play one base, two fact, and then transition into a mid game. But generally, when I've seen him play mech, it's because he's got in a massive eco advantage.
Well, it makes sense to do it with the command center first because it's like Flash is always like mind gaming as well. So you don't really know if your opponent's doing mech until like yeah, really when you're really into the game. And if you open like one base factory, it's like pretty clear what you are playing against from the get go.
Well, if Sharp does go for mech, he would have the mind game on his side because he already showed he could play Wraith versus Hero. So all of a sudden, Soulkey has to respect that. Hey, just because this guy went for a tech build doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be mech. It could be in 2-port Wraith. It could be the 3-port Wraith. It could be maybe he does some type of funky 1-1-1 or Vessel or Valkyries. As you know, Valkyries have been pretty popular for like the past 2 years now.
Yeah, true. Valkyrie's openings are so strong as well with the new micro mechanics. So, but the thing is like that is important as well. Like we are on land now, and you need to control your nervous. Like if sharp micro is on point, then that is going to be good. But then if he is not, and he's shaking, that micro Valkyrie can really go grown very fast.
Oh yeah, I know from experience that if you lose the first Valkyrie, the whole build order is just completely down the drain. You sacrifice a ton to get the Valkyrie. Either you're sacrificing SCVs, which means you do have a huge army, but you have no econ, or you're sacrificing Marines, which means you've got pretty good econ, but no units. So losing the Valkyrie either way is really painful. Now, what about for Soulkey? What do you think he's going to like play for? Like, when I think of hero, I think of Hydra Lurker. But Soulkey, is there something that stands out to you, like in terms of his playstyle?
I mean everything. Yeah, pretty much everything. He can do Nyoken. He can do pretty much everything. We are probably in into the third player the most unpredictable that you can expectate. Pretty much, you don't really know what this guy is always going to do. Like these tech switches he does, like for example against Protoss, like he's playing Mutas, then all of a sudden he's making two Hydra tanks and rush speed and rage at the same time, and then comes with Hydras and kill you. Um, or just like he can do so much now. Can like just like two bases lurker into fast hive. It's, there is just so much. I can't even like tell you exactly what Soulkey is going to do because I don't know. We can even see two bases ultralis. I have seen that from him.
Yeah, he can definitely do everything. But it looks like in the crowd, there's more Soulkey fans than Sharp fans. But as I say that, of course, there's the university that Sharp's representing. I guess that has, come back. We saw it take a break for like a year or so, but it looks like we're going into like some type of promo. So let's check this out. All right, looks like that promo is over. I was paying attention to a little bit of what they were saying. Sharp talked about how after season one, he struggled with his mental a little bit, trying to figure out why couldn't he make it to the finals. Since then, but he said that he thinks that the finals are going to be hard, but he's going to reign supreme. And meanwhile, Soulkey, he thinks that he's just going to win. I mean, he said he was super confident in this, especially versus Terran. And I think most people are going to agree with that.
Yeah, if you beat Light early on, you're probably feeling pretty confident about your serve versus Terran. That said, um, Sharp this season is looking really dangerous. So I wonder, I mean, when you win 2 championships already back to back and coming for a tier 1, you are probably pretty confident, man, honestly. Like, yeah, I understand Soulkey mindset, but we will see because, like, imagine now Sharp opens the 8 racks, just kill all your drones. All of a sudden, you are like down. Then next game, you also lose. It's already looking already bad for you. So Soulkey need to be careful.
If he does end up going for like an 8 racks, I would like to see him 8 racks back to back games. I think it's unlikely that people would expect it to be back to back. I don't know what the map order is, but if then he got like a, let's say he got Radion as his third map.
It's Pantheon the first map.
Okay, Pantheon. Well, I know that there's a lot of 8 racks on there in general. So we definitely could see that.
Pantheon, Dominator, Deja Vu, Kickback, Minstrel, Monty Hall, Radion. It's the last map.
That's the order.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a lot of standard maps to start us off.
Well, at least it's what it says on Wikipedia. Usually it's trustworthy info.
Yeah, there we go. So you're
Okay.
right. Yeah, Pantheon, Dominator, and then Deja Vu. I mean, I feel like these are good picks for Sharp. If he can, get away with with the 2-0 that you were talking about, all of a sudden he gets onto Deja Vu where you can wall in if you want. You also have your natural where you can have the semi-wall like Sylphid. And I know you've talked about Deja Vu. You don't like this map.
Man, it's so hard to take expansions on this map. It's so hard to defend. I really dislike this map.
I think the map order is pretty good. The one thing that I'm the most surprised in is how Radion gets put all the way down to the bottom. I mean,
Mm,
looking at Sharp's picks, I can understand why you picked them. Like Minstrel seems like an absolute nightmare for Zerg. Deja Vu's standard, Pantheon's standard. Curiously, Monty Hall is not last. In fact, Soulkey picked it as the 6th map.
but apparently, Radion is pretty good for Terra, Nyoken.
That's the thing is I really like Radion. It's standard. You can do the semi-wall at the natural, which everyone does, and you can do a full wall on your ramp and your main. In fact, players like Speed do 10-10-10 quite often on that map, and that build order is really freaking good because of how fast the race come out. So that's why I'm, more surprised how Radion is last picked.
Mm, yeah, but I guess, like in the planning, Sharp is probably thinking like it's better to have that map as last, just to maybe to secure the final. I don't know.
That could be true. All right, we're looking at the record on Pantheon. So not very many games played on this map in general. Both players are 2-0 on it, and versus the respective opponent's race, they're also 1-0.
Yeah, it's a really big map. I remember the crazy map, the crazy game of Light against Soulkey with the what was that, like a hidden evolution chamber at the mineral only or something like that?
Yeah, he had the hidden third base at the mineral only. He also hid his evolution chamber, like you said.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he was really surprising to see the ultras for Light. I imagine because he was expecting something else.
Well, the most surprising part about that game was Light was going to win, and then he decided to mech switch and stop building Marine Medic when he had dropships in the guy's base. that just that just didn't make any sense, and it allowed Soulkey to recover, get his bases up and running, and then I watched 1 or 2 Ultralists basically in the game as they just ran rampant all over the map, destroying base after base.
By the way, Nyoken, those ultras are different than my ultras.
Yeah.
When I try that, it doesn't work like that. I can tell you.
Yeah, they just run into mines, right, and die.
Yeah, like I saw Soulkey's ultras like surviving the mines. That doesn't make sense.
Well, another thing with that was Light's tanks were like super late. Generally, you'd go like 5 or 6 vultures, but he was built, I don't know, like 12 or 15 vultures before he even started building tanks. So when the Ultralisk actually came out, well, Terran only had 1 or 2 tanks, and well, you need more than 1 and 2 tanks to deal with +5 armor Ultralisk. But it looks like we are finally ready to get into game 1 of our finals, which is going to be Soulkey facing off versus Sharp on Pantheon. Right, here we go. In the top right, our Zerg, it's Soulkey. And in the bottom left, we've got Mr. Sharp.
Yeah, process found Nyoken. So I imagine if Sharp opens 8 racks here, it's not going to be as strong as supposed to be in a different position.
Well, that is an interesting Sharp picture right there. I don't think I've ever seen anybody be put into Superman except for the time BSL did it. Got some more Soulkey fans right there. And curiously, there's no 8 racks this game. But also I want to point out, Soulkey did not go 9 pool or over pool either.
Yeah, just to close the Superman comment. He looks pretty good as Superman, by the way.
Yeah, he did. That Photoshop that they did was a really, really good job. Yeah. Now, I've mentioned this in the past. Pantheon is a huge map. It just, the rush distances are so big. Now, what could be amazing here is if he goes command center first, but not gonna happen. He is just gonna play normal, and Sharp sends out a pretty fast SCV, so this is gonna be a scouting SCV. And we can see that the camera went down to bottom middle, so he's going to try and intercept that Overlord that doesn't exist. And I'm sure he'll go to top left once he sees there's no Overlord there.
138 timing for the hatchery. I think we're going to see classic 2 hatcheries. Classic 2 hatcheries mutas, yeah.
I mean, why not?
Mess up the pool timing now.
Well,
you know, because usually these pro gamers are changing their timings, or their opening, based on the spawn pool timing and the gas timing. For example, if they miss the 201 gas timing, then they go to 2.5 hatchery. You know that?
I mean, it makes sense, but I haven't noticed that, no.
Yeah, I have seen like that recently. They changed their opening based on that, and because with the 2 hash classic hatchery timing, you get an extra larva if you hit the right gas timing. So, yeah.
I see. So Drone gets in here and sees, well, he actually scouted the whole way, and I think that's smart versus someone like Sharp, who already showed in the Hero Series that this guy does not just play bio every game. He will mix in a lot of different build orders, so I think that this was a smart move to commit there. Now, we've seen Sharp make this move. I think, in fact, I saw it in the StarCastTV Star League, where he just rallies across the map the first couple Marines, and then he builds a bunker. And surprisingly, I think Shine actually took a lot of damage to this, but there's no bunker this time.
I'm confused, like, why? He's sending 3 Marines, but it's just like maybe fake pressure?
I'm not sure. He does just turn around after spotting the 4 wings. SCV comes back in and does, see everything look pretty normal. We've got eBay, okay, despite it being a 2 hatch, the typical 2 hatch, he still goes eBay first instead of rushing that academy for stim and quick range.
I like this because it's cross spawns. He has enough time to build for. I don't remember if it's only 3 barracks or 4 barracks, but like turrets are going to be on time. Like you can save on turrets. You don't really need to rush for turrets, and you can do a build like this.
There's the academy. It's about halfway done. +1 has already started. Marine count is, I would say, pretty decent for how this build order has unfolded. We've got the gas going down at the natural. See that drone going out, and I assume this is probably going to be at top middle for a hatch. No, actually just continues the mine. So maybe the hatchery will be placed in the main.
Char was looking early on for the overlords. By the way, look how late these overlords are coming to Char base. Soulkey has almost no vision, and Soulkey made the tier hatchery inside his main.
Yeah, I think he thinks that Sharp is going to go for a fast 2-rack, so he's playing it cautiously. But with it being cross-spawn, in fact, Sharp has realized, like, well, the likelihood of a 2-racks working is low, so he's smartly gone for the +1. So overall, I think this was a good opener for Sharp. And of course, Soulkey's not going to be hurting too much with the in-base 3rd hatch, but he obviously would have liked to have it at top middle, for example.
There are some interesting plays coming to this, that Sharp actually goes out on the map, looking for that tier expansion, and then Soulkey counter-attack with the mutas and just does like crazy damage, build sunkens, and take the game that way.
Look at this, we had the comsat come down already. No comsat at the natural, but we talked about how sneaky Soulkey can be. And I feel like Sharp definitely needs to get his second comsat up ASAP to figure out what this is. If this guy had, you know, hid drones or pulled drones or something, he may think it's an all-in when it's actually not. We do have the first few Mutalisks out in the map on the way, and I don't think it's going to get much. Okay, he sees the drone go sent out, so he knows that the 3rd hatch is in the main. No way you're sending a drone to build a 3rd hatch at this point.
That could be for the gas, Nyoken.
Yeah, he's going to go mid-right.
No, I mean, the drone could be to make the gas. Doesn't really mean that it has to be an expansion.
Oh, okay. I guess I hadn't thought about that. So that is true. And instead of it being mid-right, looks like he's going to go bottom right. I'm sure he'll take the natural. That seems like the safer thing to take. Yeah, and that's exactly what he does. But this is a 4-rack, so there's going to be a high amount of Marine medic. Wow, he just jumps in the bunker. He knows there's not very much in there. Ends up killing it, but he doesn't get any actual Marine kills.
Yeah, but now the supply is exposed, the barrack is exposed. By the way, that's a lot of Marines.
Yeah, and they have +1. So they're going to be out in the field pretty quickly. And even though Soulkey's got good econ, right, and, you know, obviously good supply, I'm worried that if bottom right gets scanned, it may just end up falling, because these Marine medic are going to be super strong.
Yeah, but it's 3 hatcheries as well, so he can make many zerglings.
It is true. I will say this, if Sharp continues to sit out here like this, he needs to be careful when dealing with the 3 hatch production, because he could easily get overwhelmed. But if he can sync up that group that he has at his natural right now, then this would be 2 groups of Marine medic, and that's a completely different ballgame. He ends up sniping 1 Mutalisk there, which is nice. This SCV is going to get taken down again. At this point, if I was Sharp, I'd be wondering, why are we so diligent with, you know, denying vision on the right side? So he may suspect already that the hatchery is over there.
Nice micro by Soulkey.
Marines end up falling there. SCV did confirm bottom right, by the way, and Hydroden is done, but I didn't see any Hydralisk anywhere. But look at this. This is actually a lot of links with the mutas. This is kind of like Urbmon style, but this can backfire really quick, especially when the Marines have +1. If he can sync up this additional group, I think this is going to be a complete fail. But it looks like he's not going to get there in time. Oh, he's going to cut off. Oh, no, actually, they got kind of split up a little bit. Now, that's a good catch from Soulkey, but they still ended up, you know, syncing up a little bit with a couple of Marines.
Yeah, honestly, I'm glad that he decides to not attack the big bio ball, because I'm not really sure he could, like, kill that.
Well, I saw the first few Hydralisks out, and if Sharp wants to kill this, has he sat out in the middle of the map for too long is the question. I think the answer is clearly yes, and this army is going to get wiped, and now Sharp is in massive trouble. I don't think a counterattack is going to win him going to win the game for Soulkey. But what I do know is that bottom right is completely secure now. In fact, he's going to have lurkers there pretty soon. And look at the supply. It's basically even at this point with no medics from Terran. So Terran can't even feel confident about moving out right now.
Yeah, Hive is on the way. I didn't realize that. There are almost no medics for all these Marines, so that is problematic for Sharp.
No, he's going to lose army again. I don't think these Marines are going to win. Marines are too strong. Yes, he's focusing down Mutalisks, but Soulkey doesn't need these Mutalisks anymore. They've already done what they've needed to do, which is kill the army. Now Zerg can power like crazy. He can even set up a lurker contain if he wants.
Do you think he has time for that?
Yeah,
Sharp is making bunkers.
Well, he just set up a contain. He doesn't need to attack. He just sit here and then get the Defiler out. And then what can Sharp do? He's only going to have a certain amount of irradiates. That was a really good micro by Sharp right there, but it still doesn't matter as that one lurker ends up not dying. And it's going to turn into 3, it's going to turn into 5, it's going to turn into 7. Luckily for Sharp, the Defiler mount just started, so he may have a chance to break out, but right now, this is bad.
The factory is not even making tanks, so how do you break that many lurkers? There is a million lurkers coming to this place right now.
It looks really ugly right now. I think all he can really do is hope for 1-1, which just kicked in. Yeah, it's 5. Okay, 6. Okay, you can't get out anymore. It's impossible.
Actually, the only way really is that he sneaked drop chips. And look at Soulkey covering the whole map. I don't think that single drop chip is going to go out.
Yeah, at this point, maybe you have to land the factory and start going spider mines just to help defend, and then try and go with like 4 to 6 dropships and try and just counter and win the game. Because as soon as the Defiler gets out, there's no counter to it. Like it's just not going to die. You're not going to be able to kill the Defiler plus kill these 8 lurkers or whatever it is. So I think drop is actually the only thing you can really do, and tanks aren't going to be any useful either. Like they're going to be too slow. So you might as well try and get some spider mines.
I think Soulkey knows that is his only option, so he's like super focused on that.
Yeah, okay, there he goes. It's 2 dropships, but even if this gets out, I don't think this. Okay, I think this is a smart move. This is all he can really do. He can't go across the map and win the game with 2 dropships. That's not enough. So I think the idea to just unload and try and hit with like a 180 surround or something, but the lurker count is too high.
And now it's Nyoken, your natural is going to show you to get out of this game right now.
Yeah, and we may see the GG Arena come out because this orange cloud cannot be dealt with. There is not a single irradiate available. Natural's breached. Maybe it's different if it was 1 base versus 2, but it's 3 base with 4 hatches. So this is going to be a GG any moment now. The Defiler is still alive. There we go. And we've got Soulkey on the board already.
What an statement to the series, Nyoken. What an start by Soulkey. This guy is just showing to Sharp right now that, okay, actually, my micro is on point today. Do better.
Yeah, just do better. And I think I even liked Sharp's build. +1 weapon, doesn't get punished, gets 4 racks. By the way, that looks like that's MC. He even got, 2 or 2.5 groups out in the center of the map. And I'm like, wow, that's a killer army. He can potentially go to bottom right and actually kill that base. But once he lost that army, I mean, the whole strategy is down the drain then.
Yeah, do you think he was slow with like, what was his option really, like bring back the army or like send more army, like, because like Soulkey just like smashed the reinforces. So do you see like he actually needed to just like get closer to his natural?
I mean, I don't really know what he should have done because the thing is if you just sit by your natural, well, Zerg's not panicking that you're going to attack them. Like, they're just going to continue to drone and build lurkers. I don't think you can actually just sit at your natural. You have to at least act like you may go do something. At least, be far enough so that you can branch off like 3 or 4 Marines, maybe hide them in the darkness and get across the map. But if Zerg has full vision, I mean, what are they afraid of?
Yeah, true. No, he can really see it at his natural. So, but I guess like Soulkey just got a really good trade early on that didn't make like that reinforcement like worth it.
Yeah, and it looks like we're going to go into a break, and we'll be back in just a moment. And we are back as we get into game 2. We've got Soulkey up 1-0. I mean, it's already looking like Soulkey's in top shape. I hope that Sharp has some other builders planned because clearly the standard play Soulkey's too good against.
Oh, look at the foreigners. I saw Soulkey Mother early on. That was Soulkey Mother, I think.
Probably. A lot of the parents come out to support their sons out here. Another Sharp fan. Oh my gosh, all the way from New York. You're doing it right, man.
Oh my god.
And he came
Are
at a
you
good
serious?
he came at a good time too. He come during the finals. Weather in Korea is really good right now. I mean, it's great.
Okay. Isn't it too hot? No?
Right now it's like 20 Celsius, so it's like pretty much perfect in my opinion. And there is MC. I knew we saw him. I'm like, that looks like MC. I'm not sure. I think that's Sue. I mean, it kind of looks like Sue next to him, but maybe I'm wrong.
Man, I thought it was Hyuk.
Oh, sorry. Yuck. That's what I meant, not Sue. After I said Sue, I was like, that doesn't sound right.
Okay, Nyoken, Dominator next. What do you think about this map?
I think it's a good map for Terran. Wall your natural easily. I think what would be great is if Soulkey does like a 4 or 5 pool or even a 7 pool here. 7 pool can also break walls. I also think it would be like a good mind game against Sharp. Like, hey, you know, if you get onto kickback and you try and do a wall, well, you better be careful. You better scout quickly because there could be a 4 pool coming. We're looking at the stats for Dominator. It says 3-1. You know, not really very many games played. So I think you take that with a grain of salt. But overall, I think Dominator compared to Gladiator, it's clearly much better. I mean, Terran can get third and fourth base like so easily. I find it surprising that so far the Zergs have been winning.
I think it gets tricky to build your barracks and your turrets and all of that, like covering that in the main, especially if you are in like the bottom position and the bottom and the top position, it gets tricky with building placement. Don't you think that?
Yeah, I mean, the you can definitely have a weird scenario where like they can range some of your buildings, which is weird. But the bottom position I hate the most because when you build turrets, like if you touch the command center and there's like a depot below them, like your SCV can't get out. I hate the bottom, but as I talk about hating the bottom, Sharp doesn't have to worry about that as he spawned mid right. But we've got in the bottom our Zerg. It is Soulkey, and there we go at the mid right. Like I said, it is Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp got the most standard position on the map, so good for him. It's going to be like playing on a different map, really. But yeah, I think this is a very fun map to play. Overall, it's pretty standard. I'm not really sure if it actually is better than Gladiator for third players, because the close expansions, they are very open to attack from different sides. There are usually 2 ramps on the expansions, so that means that Third need to put more defense, right? So against Terran, I'm not really sure, but I think overall it's like a good map. It's really balanced, and on top of that, it's fun to play. So it's like the complete package, really.
Yeah, if this map was better than Gladiator, I would be highly surprised. I really do think that they tweaked it a bit to be a little bit better for Terran. But there's the wall that I was talking about. I mean, this is just such a killer map for walling that I wish we had seen a 4 pool. Because if it was a 4 pool, probably the game's over. It's rare that I see a pro send out an SCV right now to build a depot. But it ends up being an over pool. Okay, or a 12 pool, something along those lines.
I think it's horrible.
Yeah, I think it's overpool also. And there's no scout, so...
Wait, no, you're right. Like, he actually made... Oh, what is this? Wait a minute. So that was 11 pool with 12 gas.
I mean, this type of build, I think, can be strong, but you have to keep the Lings back and make sure that Terran does not get into your main. If you do this build and you let Terran scout, I think this is one of the worst builds Zerg can do. You're low econ, your natural's late, you're low larva, Terran still sees what you're doing. You're not going to be able to, you know, fake aspire and end up going lurkers. So hopefully Soulkey prevents a scout, but I mean, I guess he's going to, because Sharp doesn't even care. He's still not scouted.
He doesn't know how fast he's going to be this layer Nyoken. that is actually a huge problem for Terran.
Well, look at this gas. What's this? This is mech, man. This is a delayed mech timing. This is not a you know, fast eBay timing. So the fact that Soulkey has gone fast mutas into delayed mech, this is almost a build order win for Soulkey. The amount of Goliaths that Sharp is going to have is probably 2.
That is CB. The CB is going to the main. He's going to see.
Yeah, he will see.
It's not too late. It's not too late.
This is the problem that I have when players do this. It's what? He's not going to win. He sees the one Ling. Okay, wow. He doesn't get in. Okay, well, he won't know, just like you said.
This is really unlucky for him.
Yeah, you really got to know what this is. And he didn't get in, at least not just yet. It's completely open. He doesn't know. He never scouted top left, so he doesn't know if there's actually a base up there. I mean, you obviously suspect bottom left, but it doesn't have to be down there.
This is going to be so painful for Nyoken, because like a fast muta build against mech, I don't think you will even have like 2 Goliaths.
I think he has 2 Goliaths, but he will not have range, that's for sure. Now he's going to come in here, and he's going to see how fast the Spire is. And he needs to build that 440 eBay, otherwise turrets may not even be up in time.
No, this SCP just saved the game.
Yeah.
Now he's going to be ready. But if this SCP didn't scout, I can see like Sharp losing in 6 minutes.
Definitely. So, well, Eonzerg.
What? Starport?
I know people don't like to hear when casters think the game are over, but Armory is going to be so slow. Starport, it's 1 Starport. He's not going to have an add-on or he's not going to have Goliath. This is Valkyrie, man. That means no range Goliaths. If he even builds Goliaths, no range Marines, no +1, no stim. He's heavily reliant on the Valkyrie surviving. If the Valkyrie gets picked off, what do?
Well, the thing is like it's two hatcheries still, Nyoken.
Yeah, but
so imagine like Soulkey commits the mutas, like somehow like Sharp snipe 1 or 2 mutas,
dude,
and then he start to build Valkyries. It's going to be totally fine.
Dude, Eonzerg, he doesn't have an eBay. He has no turrets.
He's making turrets, Nyoken?
Oh, he's now building at the bottom of his base. Okay, I didn't see in his main any eBay. I guess the eBay was at the top. Now he scans. So okay, so actually the timing of this eBay is going to be perfect. And the reason that Sharp has gone into Valkyrie instead of Goliath is he actually rushed an Academy. So he's got Marines and Medics here. He's got good turret positioning. Soulkey behind this is now going to go into a 3rd base. And you know what ended up being, I thought, a build order advantage for Soulkey. I feel like actually Sharp has the advantage now. Once he gets 3 Valkyries, one barracks is going to be able to produce a lot of stuff.
He's looking for the Valkyrie. There are not many Marines to cover the Starport.
He found the sweet spot. As soon as that Valkyrie pops out, it's dead, man. He can't stop it. Ooh, actually got away. But yeah, it's actually faster than I thought. But he still loses all of his Marines. That's a good moving shot, but it still dies, and that was the whole strategy. The whole strategy revolved around the Valkyrie.
Yeah, but still, like, Soulkey can commit the new to home. There's been so many SCVs.
Yeah, Perry can't mine the main. He's not going to be able to have a 2nd Rax. He's lucky to even have the money to build the Valkyrie for a 2nd one.
Yeah, Soulkey actually, I think he's droning.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he should do. He should drone. This guy has no production. There's no point to build more mutas into mass turret, mass Valkyrie. Just drone, man. And then go Hydra Lurker. And what's Terran going to do? He has no Marines to move out.
Now, control with that Valkyrie, forcing Soulkey to lose more mutants. And look at this. Now he, oh my god, there is a Vulture in the National.
Now that's nice. That's completely going to salvage the game here. It ends up forcing all of the units back. He's gotten 2 kills. He didn't commit very much either. It's just a single Vulture as it racks up 4 kills. And remember, Soulkey opened with Overpull, so the fact that it gets any kills is very nice.
Yeah. But Soulkey was droning early on. He was already switching to Hydra then. And Sharp Eco is not that great. Like, remember, he lose many SCVs. He's still building Valkyries, so that means like, he lose the first one, right? So yeah, he's going to take a long time for him to go out and like do something about Soulkey special. Look at this. Like right now, he's what, like on 3 barracks, 2 barracks, yeah, building a tier 1.
Yeah, he's building a 3rd one. That's one of the downsides of going Valkyries is all of your production buildings are so late. And look at that, that's an evolution chamber. This could be for fast +1 armor, but he does have 2 Valkyries now. Imagine if he had somehow kept, you know, a couple more Marines and that 1 Valkyrie out. He could be pushing out with 12 Marines or so, 3 Valkyries, and Soulkey would be in massive trouble, but Darren's not confident with this army.
Nyoken, did you see if Terra was upgrading?
I assume he's upgrading in his main.
Because Lurkers are going to be out, and I feel like for Sharp, if he's not making a +1 with this like timing attack, his army is going to be really weak.
Yeah, it's weak right now. We do have the add-on coming down for the tanks. I think this is going to be a tank push. He's already got the Valkyries. He doesn't need that many tanks. He scanned and saw that the Hive is late. So a 2 tank push single vessel play, I think, would be amazing. Like, you gotta remember also the mutas are pretty heavily damaged, so if they try and engage even onto just the 2 Valkyries, they're gonna take a huge beating.
Nyoken, are these whole Lurkers?
They probably are.
Sharp is not taking the bait. He scanned that there are no Tsankov.
That was nice. I thought he was actually gonna get baited in himself and lose all of his Willis, but in the end he only takes a little bit of damage, and we've got the first tank, so it is going to be a tank push. And if you look at the mini map, it's what, 6 mutas or something, 6 Lurkers.
But the siege upgrade just started.
That is true, but how do you engage into this? Even though there's not very many Marine medic, the Mutilis are kind of useless. The Lurkers,
there's many Lurkers, man.
Yeah, he does have a lot. I guess he's just going to play defensive now. I mean, he's got a macro hatch coming up at mid-left.
Is Hive already, like, it just started? Like, Hive?
I don't even know if he started it. I know that his Queen's Nest was really late.
You know, like, this map with the high grounds, Nyoken, like, Lurkers are usually more strong than in a normal map.
Yeah, that's true. And we do have the Mulos taking another beating over there. And, I mean, this looks like an unstoppable army. There's a lot of Lurkers here. But again, the question to me is, how do you kill the tank? Well, the answer is you don't, but you kill the vessel.
You lose the vessel.
And now,
this is the vessel, man.
Now this is going to take forever. It's also uphill, so some of these shots aren't going to be registering.
Yeah. Star is going to be hating this piece of slice, and there is a touch with the main.
I think this is perfect. Sharp is testing the multitask of of Soulkey, and this is I was talking about this earlier, how you can range the main from the high ground. He's got tanks sitting on the high ground. He's going to have 2 groups of unloads here. That was a key move right here for Soulkey to pick off the majority of this army, because actually he doesn't even kill off the majority. The medics held strong. Wow, that is a massive counter, but I still think that Darren's going to hold this.
I think Sharp is doing too much damage.
Yeah, this looks like it's like game-ending damage. Look, Hive's not even done. Look at supply, 58 to 87. Terran could expand if they want. They don't necessarily have to all in, and the units are still here. It's an immediate elevator.
I never seen this strategy before working. This elevator move, wow, what a great move by Sharp, man. Well,
what? He dropped right on top of the lurkers and ends up losing his entire army. Well, at least he has a backup plan with the command center, but I thought that the game was just going to be over with the crippling amounts of damage that the drops did.
Now Soulkey's about to clean this tank.
Oh my, see ya. Well, now all of a sudden, I mean, Sharp is still in an okay position, but Soulkey did not lose as much as I thought he was going to lose. I will say he did lose his Spire, which is massive, but he's at least survived. He's now got Defiler here, and I don't think Terran could ever feel confident to attack again, but Soulkey's going to try and attack. I don't know about this.
No, he can't. He needs to retreat. But he's committing pretty hard. He's sending all the units to the Terran base right now. I'm not pretty sure this is a good idea.
I don't think this is going to work. I think Soulkey feels the pressure to do something. Well, the Marines are out in no man's land. There are still a lot of lurkers, but there's 3 tanks. The Marines, do they have +1? What? He lost his whole Marine ball!
I think we forgot Lurkers has +1 carapace now.
Oh yeah, that's true. He rushed that evolution chamber. Now all the tanks die! And now what? There's no Marines. There's nothing in the bunker. If he gets onto the ramp, it's over.
I think it's over. I think it's done. I can't even believe my eyes. Like the way this guy just like destroyed all the Terran units.
At least Terran's gonna save all of his SCVs, so he's not gonna take, you know, like game-ending loss here. I guess the game's still possible, but there's still so many hiders and lurkers here.
I feel like this is a fair player playing the campaign and just using the command power overwhelming, and just the units don't die.
Yeah, and what was an 85 to 55 supply lead or something, it's now just an 8 supply lead, and Sharp has lost his natural. Meanwhile, Zerg is still on 3 bases. It's 3 gas. Remember, his hive was late, so he's got an insane drone count, and now his Defiler should be out pretty soon. There it is.
What a crazy situation for Sharp. Like 3 minutes ago, I thought he was like winning the game.
I thought he had won the game. Now, Zerg is like a second away from having Darkstorm, man. That was the only Irradiate he had, by the way. There are so many lurkers here. The Cloud, oh, he irradiates it, but all he needs to do is get a Cloud sort of close. And he does. He still doesn't deal with the lurkers at the bottom there. There's still one doing a lot of damage.
How do you break this now? There is not even that many defenders. I mean the vessels.
It's 4-hatch with no irradiate energy. Oh my gosh, Sharp. I mean, he had the perfect execution with the drop, but he just dropped on top of lurkers that just ate him alive. And these fire bats, you know, they're good versus lurkers when they're in high numbers, but not versus +1 lurkers, and you only have 3 of them.
Yeah, they lined up and dying all together, man. GG. What are we spectating here, man? I can't even believe that game. I need to rewatch that. I hope they show that again, because it's true he made a +1 carapace. It was not a +2, right, Nyoken? There is no way. It was only a +1 carapace.
Yeah, no way that +2 was able to kick in that quickly.
That is incredible. I don't think I ever seen that before.
Yeah, I still don't know what the heck happened. Like, yes, I realize he lost a lot of units, but shouldn't he have been able to hold the counterattack? He had 3 tanks. He had a good Marine count. He didn't have very many vessels, but didn't need very many vessels at that point. And we talked about in the beginning how it's probably important for Sharp to get a 2-0 lead. Well, now, not only did that not happen, he's the one down 0-2. And I do remember from a graphic every single time I cast ASL, the winner of the first game has won ASL every single time, except I think last season, where Hero ended up winning the first one and ended up losing. So historically, this is not looking good for Sharp.
No, it's looking terrible, Nyoken, because that position with the elevator, that was like almost like a winning position. And then he dropped all the units on top of the lurkers. They all die instantly. What a blunder!
Yeah,
My God.
yeah, I thought he was going to drop like behind them, like fly over and behind them, and then force the lurkers to make a decision. Do I attack the backside or the front side? But he just unloaded right on top of the Marines that were already there. Ended up losing the drops, and it just snowballed. As I stated, Zerg had 4 hatches. They had big econs. He was able to replenish the losses, or I guess replace the losses with a lot of units real quick. And now we're going into Deja Vu. I guess the bottom is the predictions for who they think is going to win, and you can see that only Barracks and JYJ actually think Sharp will win on Deja Vu. But I will say this, look at the stats, 4-1 in favor of Terran.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised. I reckon the whole map pool is a Terra map pool. So what do you want me to tell you?
That's what I've heard, man. These map
No,
pools.
but honestly, this map, the thing is like he's losing now. But I was going to say that like maybe like some A-Rax build could be really interesting. But now he's like down 2 games. So will you like risk going A-Rax? I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is a map where you do the semi-wall at the natural, so you could have an 8 racks and then float it back if you run into an overpool, but Deja Vu is such a good map in my opinion. I wouldn't risk, 8 racksing and then potentially getting hard countered. But we'll see what he comes up with as we're going into game 3. So in the top right, off to a great start, we've got Soulkey. And in the top left, he needs to get it together, and he needs to get it together real quick. It's Sharp.
Yeah, Soulkey is really confident, but what he did in the last game, attacking like the high ground with the lurkers and more foreigners coming to the SSL final, that's amazing, man.
Yeah, the inventor of crazy Zergartosis.
That's insane. Oh my god.
Well, I didn't. Go ahead.
I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
I was gonna say I didn't see that SCV go out for the barracks, but this could be it. Is it a depot? Okay, it's a depot. Damn. Okay, well, the way he's able to get that depot is he cut an SCV there. And look at this. It's a 9 pool. I guess he thought that he might 8 racks here, and he wants to counter it.
Oh, Nyoken, what if he actually goes command center?
I guess it's possible. Yeah. If he command centers first, this would be heartbreaking. Okay, there we go. Look at this.
Good for Sharp.
200 games played as Zerg for Soulkey. I didn't catch who was actually in 3rd place. I guess I imagine it's probably Flash, just because he always qualifies and always goes to the finals. And here we go. SCV, will he spot the Overlord? The answer is no. The Overlord's going to see that barracks, and he's going to know exactly where Terran is, obviously. Now...
Yeah, but this is scouting Soulkey as well, so he's going to know exactly that he's doing a 9 pool.
Yeah, but look at this. Look at this. The drone goes up to top right. If he... Oh, I thought he was going to try and fake him out, but doesn't end up doing that.
No. Sharp is going to scout that 9 pool Nyoken, so... What? He's doing a gas again? I actually was experimenting with this. The reason is to have like still like a very fast layer and be aggressive with your mutants. So
oh, this is already horrible. He lost his SCV, but go ahead. What do you do with the mutants?
So you are making the gas early on instead of your hatchery at the national. So your layer timing is more quick, and you can put more pressure on the Terran. By the way, why is this command center so delayed?
That's what I'm wondering. I think he's worried that there's multiple gaps here. He didn't get any good intel, so he sends out another SCV. And there, finally, the command center comes down. I mean, it's not super late. It's you know, just slightly, I would say, for it to be, you know, with it being 4 Marines. But I wonder if Soulkey is going to try and go Hydrogen here. I mean, I don't think he saw the SCV get sent out, but it doesn't look like Hydrogen's on the menu this game.
No, I would be surprised to see Lurkers, to be honest. It's possible. Or maybe like fake it like he did against Rush, I think. He did like a fake Hydra then, and then went with Mutas. Against who? Yeah, it was against Rush, right?
It may have been. I can't remember exactly. Okay, here we go. There's that SCV. He's going to get some intel off this time. There's no lings to block. No lings to stop him from getting in there. And this time around, it ended up being a fast academy for Sharp. He's going to be rushing the stem, getting the range. And I think he's even going to see the 3rd hatch, which is going to be nice. Oh, never mind. That's fire going down.
It's a very fast Spire timing. Sharp doesn't even have a second barrack started yet.
I think this is going to be probably a 3 racks. It could also be a 2 racks and a fast tech. But nope, no 3rd racks just yet.
Oh, there was the Zerlings! He's losing all the Zerlings!
Yeah, this is a big loss. There's no speed on them either. He also spots that there's no medic. But he's not responding at all. He hasn't built any more lings. Oh my... this could get weird. Because there's 4 Marines almost already here.
He's making more lings.
I think those are... I mean, he has to make lings. He didn't see where the other... Oh, what? They're not lings? Okay, I think he has lings building, so he canceled it because he knows it's going to pop out soon. Yeah, they're going to... Those are lings, by the way. You can tell because the larva's already up. But he still snipes 2 drones.
Yeah, no, he actually made Soulkey waste all his larva. Now he just totally missed his Muta timing. So that was a great move by Sharp.
That was indeed nice, but you know, we've seen Sharp make some good moves, but trade his army for it, and he ends up getting counterattacked and died. You know, I don't think that the Mutiling can counterattack necessarily right now and in the game, but we may see that come into play, you know, where he just slightly barely loses a fight. One thing I want to say is, where the hell is Soulkey's 3rd hatch? He just doesn't have a 3rd hatch at all.
Well, Nyoken was a 9-pool opening. On top of that, Sharp just like forced to make Zerlings and no drones. He lose drones. He affected the mining time. How do you want a tier hatchery, bro?
Yeah, you can't. So Soulkey's in a real dire position right now. If there's one game that Sharp should win, it's this one. I mean, he's in a fantastic spot. Yes, he doesn't have a lot of production, but he's taken essentially no damage, and he's dealt quite a lot of damage.
That barrack is going to be forced to leave.
Yeah.
And that is going to be one barrack only producing units.
Yeah, but as long as the turrets don't die, I think that's fine. Soulkey didn't build a lot of Mutilis here. What is it, 5? So it's like just enough to be annoying, but not, you know, an amount that is overwhelming. Okay, he's just going to jump on a bunker. We saw this on the Pantheon game.
Wow. Those Marines booked with the egg, so he was able to kill the bunker.
Yeah, that was a nice move, and now you're probably going to have to lift this racks, like you said, all through the depot's exposed. And I haven't heard a scan go off, and in fact, we don't even see a scanner at the natural. For all Sharp knows, this could be an all-in. You know, it could be a 3rd hatch, it could be a Hydra, like Lurker switch. We still don't see on the mini-map anything. To me, it's just a massive 2-base all-in. Sharp really needs to figure out what this is.
It's only one barrack producing Marines, Nyoken. He needs to be careful to not lose these Marines.
Yeah, if he loses them, I mean, there's a decent amount of lings left over. He could pounce on this.
Maybe Sharp is scanning if there are more Zerlings.
He's going to go into the main, and even though supplies are really close. Oh, yeah, I thought that the bunker was completely loaded up. Yeah, this is not going to work. I mean, he might kill the bunker, but that was not worth. He lost 2 Mutilis, ended up killing 0 Marines. And Sharp is pretty much in the driver's seat.
He's making +1 attack right now, so there is still room for Soulkey to to do more with these mutas, especially if the +1 kick in.
Well, he needs to do something, whether it's kill SCVs, kill Marines. I mean, right now, he's killing turrets, and he's losing Mutalisk for that. Terran doesn't care about losing turrets if they can kill Mutalisk here. It looks like Sharp's, worker line is kind of skimpy, but I still see a 15 supply lead overall for him.
Yeah. The thing is, these two turrets are super exposed now.
Well, he does have the +1 weapon also, so the turret should die pretty quickly. There goes one of them, goes two, and Sharp's moving out, man. I mean, he's got a strong army, but if he moves out and loses this army, he doesn't have killer production.
I think he's going to lose it because these mutas with +1 attack, that's probably it.
Well, hey, there goes 3 out of the 10. Now he just has like 7 or 8 left. There's another one. Well, he is trading Marines for Mulus, and I mean, it's not gone the best for Soulkey. He's gonna find. He loses another Mulus, man. They're heavily damaged. This may just be like one last-ditch effort to try and salvage the game. But Sharp has scanned this army. He knows that there's Lings waiting here.
These medics and Nyoken, they've been like using energy for a long time.
Yeah, they have, but he still has 4. Well, okay, all of a sudden it's getting weird because the Marine count is really not very big anymore, but we see the starport is blinking, so I imagine Valkyrie should be coming out pretty soon. But there's no Marines anymore once the Valkyrie comes out. Let's look at supplies. If he counters, he might be able to win. I guess it depends what's in that bunker. He needs to run by. He wasn't able to run by any of the Lings. And I think that's gonna, it's gonna get him the Valkyrie out in time.
He needs to go.
Yeah, he's gotta jump on that Valkyrie. He got it! And there's no turrets! It's just one. There's 3 Marines here. Oh, those meters are so low, man. So low. One falls, another one falls. I feel like the Valkyries are what's gonna do it. They're gonna both pop out at the same time and salvage this.
Yeah, if there are no Scourge, I think he can hold with
moving shot. Yeah, but 8 Mutalists are not enough. I mean, Soulkey knows he has to win the game here. Like, there's no follow-up, right? Like, he's just mega all in. Almost gets it, but he loses a Mutalisk for it.
Using a meter is not the worst part. It's much damage that this Valkyrie does to the other mutas.
Once Terran gets 3 Valkyries out, this Muta play is completely over. It'd be different if the Mutas had +1 armor, but they do not. And they are taking a shellacking from these Valkyries as we see great patrol micro from Sharp.
Yeah, I think now you can win this game anymore with mutas. Like, just like Valkyrie, Valkyries are going to destroy these mutas.
Yeah, especially once he gets 3 or 4. I mean, 3 is really when you really start ramping up the damage. But if you can get like 4 or 5, I mean, they just disappear off the map. These Scourge have to connect if Soulkey wants to continue to play this game. But Sharp knows that the whole reliance or the whole strategy for Soulkey to win is killing the Valkyrie, so he just moves them completely during that battle. And that means that Sharp will at least strike back in game 3 to bring it a little bit closer at 2-1.
Good game. I'm happy that Sharp actually took that one because for a moment it was looking really scary. Like, is this going to happen and on every game? Like, I'm going to win and then like all of a sudden I lose, because that actually breaks your mental so hard. So I'm happy he actually got that one.
Yep. And that small Marine attack that you were talking about where it killed drones, it forced larvae to be used for Lings, which are not drones, not Mutalists. Really just crippled Soulkey. I think at the end he had like 3 drones on minerals at his natural, so econ was just mega low, and also never ended up building a 3rd hatchery. So well done from Sharp. He gets a point on the board, so at least he won't get blown out here.
Yeah, that was really good. That said, I feel like his decision making sometimes is really shaky. Like, he almost allowed Soulkey to come back in that game.
Yeah, he did because Soulkey had crazy trades with the Mutilus. Like the trades weren't even bad for Terran either. He picked off a couple of Mutilus every time Zerg came in. Like you see, one just died, another one took a lot of damage. So the trades were still pretty decent for Terran, but the Mutilus control is just too nuts. I mean, they always trade so effectively. This whole army's gonna get wiped. Yeah, okay, 4 drones on minerals. I knew it was something crazy.
It's a good thing he made three torres.
Yeah. Uh, look at the worker count, 19 to 41. That's crazy. I guess Sharp never actually scanned the natural or the main. I mean, maybe he was just so focused on defending he forgot to do so because I mean, I've had games myself like this where I have massive eco lead, but they just have better fighting units and I end up losing the game. But luckily Sharp was able to hold on once those Valkyries got help.
Yeah,
It
it
looks like
was
we're
really scary for Char for a moment there, man. Like if he didn't have two starports, I think he's not winning this game.
yeah, if it was only one for sure, I totally agree with that. The one Valkyrie died pretty quickly, and then the second one I think if Soulkey saw that it was only one starport, he probably would have committed, even if it was over top of turrets, to make sure that it gets taken down. For sure, he definitely needed the double starport. And I think we're going to have the the Korean ad here. So while we're in this break, I guess I'll shout out our StarCastTV Patreon. You know, I haven't really done it much this entire season, but of course, this stream couldn't really be happening without the support of you guys through Patreon. Um, we also use the funding to support the StarCast TV Star League, which is going on right now. So if you love the content, whether it's ASL or StarCast TV Star League Season 3, which is running, definitely consider becoming a Patreon supporter because it really does go a long way to supporting the channel.
Yeah, and it supports the StarCast TV Star League that brings so many high level players to play it.
Yeah, it's
So
like
yeah,
ASL Junior. I mean, we don't get all the ASL players, but we get like what, like 60, 70% of them. And even though we don't get all of them, it does give us opportunity to see, you know, some of the lower tier pros, see how they stack up versus the higher tier pros. Like for example, I think it was last season, Mighty, even though I think he lost his group, he had like really good games. Cop also played really well. Uh, there was a guy, I know that his name is based on Vegeta, but I can't remember. Oh, Jeter. Yeah, another Terran. He also did very well. And also in StarCast TV Season 3 right now, Backhoe is playing. I haven't casted his group yet, but he's actually in the tournament. And I haven't seen him play in like literally 15 years.
oh, I've been watching his stream from time to time.
Yeah, I know he's been streaming recently. I guess he's been back a little bit of time, but when the StarCast lineups got announced, I was like, what? He still plays?
By the way, I've seen StarCast also doing this best of seven between pro gamers. I'm
Uh-huh.
not really sure you cast that, but I have seen like like pro gamers playing a best of seven between each other,
Yep.
like with the StarCast TV casting it.
Yep. So Cruiser does the Korean commentary for that. And then sometimes we later do that in English. I'm not sure exactly which best of sevens you're referencing because there's different ones. There's the revenge match. There's just straight up sponsored games. There was also, I think, Chinese players were or Chinese streamers were sponsoring some of these best of sevens, and Cruiser partakes in that also. And you can check that out. I mean, you'd have to type this in Korean on YouTube, but if you can type in StarCast TV in Korean, just search for that, and that channel will come up, and it has all those videos that Eonzerg's talking about.
So yeah, guys, the point is that there is a lot of good content in the StarCast TV YouTube channel. So yeah, so go subscribe to the channel because it's really good.
It looks like we're doing the drawing for the jackets right now. Let's see what the number is going to be. Funny enough, the first drawing we had was, I guess, me and my dad's lucky number. We always see the number 41 everywhere. We just notice it every time it pops up. Let's see if 41 comes up again. Oh, 15. I would have lost my mind if 41 came up once more.
Man, I was going to tell you, what if it is actually 14? Does that count as a
No,
41?
that doesn't count.
Okay.
Oh, there he is. He got it. I'm not sure if that jacket was signed or not, but either way, that's nice.
Do you know if there is like a physical store in Korea to get the SSL products?
Uh, I would probably venture a guess that that's a no, but I'm not really sure because I haven't really looked for them. Oh, we actually have a Castor Park fan right there. I think he's actually the first person I've seen with a sign for Castor Park. And I guess the ad break is over, so I think we'll be going into a real break right now, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. And we are back. We're about to be going into game 4 as Sharp struck back in game 3 to bring it back to 2-1. So we've got a series on our hand. And we see a lot of foreigners have flown out to Seoul to check out the finals. Not sure exactly what that
people
said.
people are coming to see Soulkey win 3.
Yeah.
Well, can you call it 3 ASLs anymore? Because they changed it to SSL.
I mean, I guess that's technically true, right? Well, what do you think about this pick? Look at kickback. Soulkey picked that, man. What's he doing?
He has something prepared. That's what it means.
I mean, I guess if you slam light that hard, you might as well pick this map again. I wonder if he'll try the same thing. I mean, it looked so easy when he did it. I mean, you might as well try it once more.
You know what's funny, Nyoken? Like the build that Sharp did against Hero, with the Wraith and the Clock Wraith, like he made like 3 of them. I have seen that build on ladder. Like people are doing it with like, but they're doing it different. They're doing it with 8 racks.
But yeah,
Yeah, very popular by the way. I have played against that like at least like 5 times.
and how did it go? Is it
Um,
tough to counter or?
it's actually like it's really good, man. Like, it's actually really good. I think I probably like beat it 1 time and lose like 4.
Okay, damn, that's a pretty powerful build then.
Yeah. Thing is, like, they're doing it in normal maps, not on kickback. So yeah, it's actually really decent.
Well, that makes it even more dangerous. Then you don't know when the hell they're gonna pull it out. I wonder what Sharp is thinking here. I'm still waiting for the mech play. I mean, you talked about how strong it is on kickback. I just never see it here, man. I just never see it. I actually hope he doesn't go race here because I just feel like Soulkey may suspect it from the get-go and might maybe like just goes hard counter Hydras if he sees a wall. You know, kind of what like Jaedong does or used to do in the past, where if he saw a wall, he would just 2H Hydra and just all in you.
Yeah, that these days now I seen Terrans just holding that with SCVs. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, Nayoka. I see this little guys going out, and I wonder how, but they just like they stop the Hydras.
Here we go. We're looking at the predictions for the players. You know, a couple more players are on Sharp's side for this map. Yeah, I was just mentioning Jaedong. In fact, Jaedong thinks that Sharp will win here, but a lot of players overall think Soulkey's the favorite on this map. So let's get into game 4. If Soulkey is to win here, it would put him 1 game away from doing the three-peat. But if Sharp wins here, all of a sudden Minstrel is next, and that is not an easy map for Zerg.
At all.
Here we go. In the bottom right, we do have Soulkey. And in the top left, we do have Sharp. Curious what the opener is going to be, because we did see 9-pull last game. We were thinking that maybe it could be an 8 racks on Deja Vu. Ended up not happening. I wonder, now that Sharp saw that there was a 9-pull last game, does he 8 racks now? Probably, maybe thinking that, okay, you're not going to back-to-back 9-pull.
Man, do you know what's crazy? Like, if he actually decides to go command center first and mech, you can stop that. You can actually stop that. Like 5 factories with the command center first, that is hell for sir.
I bet. Massive eco, and on top of it, it's kickback where you can have 3 bases, can't be punished. So that would be an amazing opener for Sharp if he could get away with it. But wait a minute, he's not building a deep.
Or
That
got it?
depot is weirdly timed. This makes me think it might be some type of 11 gas? I mean, this depot is clearly late. A 1 minute depot is not a build at pro level. Like, he must have some type of optimization planned here.
But it can be 11 gas Nyoken.
It could be 10, 10, 10. There's the racks, and there's the gas. Okay, so that's what it was. I knew it. I knew it had to be something. No way on earth a pro would do that. So 10, 10, 10, but there's no wall. That means he has to, actually build units to defend. Like, he can't just, have one Marine sitting behind depots and then go Wraith or something, or Mech. Like, he actually has to have a real army to defend a counterattack. Or a Ling attack, I mean.
It's actually crazy he's doing this on this map with that big entrance, because it does just open round to do like selling all in, like selling speed all in.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Soulkey can punch this. He needs to, of course, figure out what this is first. He is sending out a drone, and he should be able to get there in time before like a Marine gets out, or at least has enough DPS to kill it. And I think this was the typical 2-minute gas, right? For Soulkey.
Yeah. It's just standard. Man, on top of that, Soulkey is like scouting cross spawns.
There we go. Drone coming. Marine needs to push this drone back, but I think if he was to send the drone or send the Marine to the front, he could be risking dying. Whoa, he didn't actually show himself.
He's got it for the wall.
Yeah, he thought there was going to be a wall there, and there ends up not being one. Okay.
Wait a minute, but he saw the SCV, why?
Well, I think he probably thinks that Terran went top left, then bottom left, and now bottom right. And now he's bamboozled. He's like, wait, what? Where are you?
Now he knows where he is, and he's making a sunken, no question. So yeah, Soulkey not playing around. The thing is, like, he knows there is no wall now, so he can still punish this. And look at Sharpie, man. Sharpie is making a cheap shot.
What?
Straight up.
Yeah, what the heck? He must be going speed, right? It can't be for mines. It's gotta be for speed. Like, alright, I was trying to look at the building that he just put down in his main. It's another small one, so I'm guessing that's the... I'm guessing it's the army, but it's the depot.
Nah, I think he's doing a speed, because like the gas he's saving is not enough to do like a siege tank rush. Sometimes Terrans do that, by the way.
The good old 2 Marine, 1 siege tank push. Like a back in the Lost Temple days. Well, there's the Vulture. He doesn't know the exact time of the gas, so he may not suspect that speed is going to be done as quick as it is. Like, there's going to be speed and 3 Vultures in just a second, and there's only 4 Lings. This could do game-ending damage.
I saw so many eggs, and I wonder if it was only drones, and I think it was only drones.
Yeah,
so Soulkey is in danger right now.
Yeah, the 3rd Vulture is about to be here, man. And there's... Okay, he doesn't even wait for the 3rd Vulture. He's like, oh, well, I'm here. Hey! Oh, but speed kicked in. That's critical for Soulkey. And, oh, fantastic! Absolutely amazing. What looked like a great opener for Sharp there ends up doing nothing.
I think this is still not too bad, because he forced a good amount of serlings.
Yeah, he definitely forced out, not drones, which is good. But he definitely didn't get the damage that he's looking for. What did he get? Like 1 drone and like a Ling, and that's it? He ends up losing 3 Vultures, and because he rushed speed, he's actually vulnerable to counterattack, so he may feel obligated to spend the 100 minerals, spend the 100 gas to go for mines now. But I guess that's fine, because I saw in his main, he built a 2nd factory. He's actually going mech this game.
Yeah, he's only on 2 factories. The thing with this map is that Ser has a free tier, so that is going to be annoying for him in the early game. But later on, as the game progresses, if he denies more expansions for Ser, he's going to be in a good position. Because, like, remember, the resources are lower on these expansions.
Yeah, they run out really quickly. You have the first Goliath out. And mutas are not out just yet. Okay, not even mining gas. So Soulkey really prioritizing his econ here. I guess he suspects that it could be mech play and wants to have as much production or, you know, much big econ as possible.
By the way, bad news for Soulkey here that there is vulture speed outside, because that is very hard to snipe, and that denies any future expansion really.
Okay, here we go. Mutas move in, sees that there's Goliath. Now he knows that it's mech. And now, what's the follow-up going to be? He didn't commit to mutas. Like, he built 6. That's not a committal at all. He's not mining gas. So he can, you know, power really hard. And in fact, that's what he's doing as I see the 4th hatch go down. I didn't notice a Hydrogen anywhere. I didn't notice an evolution chamber
It's too early
anywhere.
for a Hydrogen. It's too early for a Hydrogen. It's probably going to make at least like 5 hatcheries, then make that evolution chamber a Hydrogen tech, I imagine.
Alright, well those vultures are still being annoying, but there's Ling still sitting there and waiting. And that was a nice prevention, not letting any damage get through. There's no way he's attacking with this. This is only 7 Goliaths, they don't even have upgrades.
The thing is, like, Soulkey doesn't have that many mutas either to punish him.
Yeah, like, I mean, he technically can make this move, right? Like, he can move outside of his base and not die. But he can't move across the map and attack. And Soulkey really wants that SCV, and he's gonna get him.
Yeah, Soulkey is probably waiting for muta upgrades to really make more mutas and do some timing, maybe attack the natural or maybe a counter attack. Okay, I'm surprised that he's making a CC this early. I thought he will be doing more factories. So I guess we are going to see like a fast starport as well?
Proxy starport?
No, fast starport.
Fast starport, okay. Yeah, I
plus
see
2 attack?
I see another building went down, so I guess it's a factory and also a starport? If it's a starport, it must be for, obviously, the fast science facility, but also for fast +2. Which makes me think, if it's going to be fast +2, that means Terran's intending to sit here for a while. But I don't see a command center, or at least it's not at that position. Okay, there it is. That's the command center right there, and there's the starport.
Yeah, that's the reason I saw it early on, the command center. That's the reason I asked you if he was making a fast starport. Soulkey with the borrow play here, he knows exactly when Sharp is moving out, or so it's good. It's really, you see these vultures, man, they are so annoying. Nyoken.
Yeah.
Okay, now they die.
Yeah, and that's a pretty far away base. Like, it's gonna take him a long time to get another drone over there. We still don't have that command center landed, but we do have, what is it, 4 factories almost done? I do see that evolution chamber right there, so Zerg will have some upgrades coming in. It's like you said, it is 5 hatch production. I'm curious where this money is going for Soulkey. He's at 1K. Now he just spent a bunch.
The mutes are great done. Oh, he made +1 attack.
Yeah, but this isn't gonna work. There's way too many Goliaths here.
Interesting, he made +1 attack. With this, he can kill turrets on two shots, but they're less tanky against Goliaths.
Indeed they are. And I saw something curious with the factories. He's got double add-on. So he's going to have a massive tank count, or at least have the ability to build up a massive tank count. I didn't notice if Sharp has any comsats, but he needs to figure out whether he's facing Hydras or Mass Muta, because right now, all he's really seen is Mutalist. So he obviously doesn't want to have a lot of tanks if it's just going to be pure Muta.
This natural spawn. He didn't even make the turrets again.
This was a mistake. I guess he thought there was going to be a transition, and there actually never was. That is more than one group of Mutalist. What is it, like 1.5 groups? This command center could be under threat of dying, actually.
Where are the Goliaths? That is not enough.
Yeah, it's not. He's just going to kill them, and then, you know, the Mutalists don't have to die for the main. They could just potentially be annoying on the command center. Just make sure that Terran's not mining.
The funny part is that +1 attack is helpful when there are not that many Goliaths. They just kill the Goliaths so fast.
Vultures confirm mid-right. It's a double expansion, mid-right and bottom middle. I mean, the econ of Soulkey is crazy, and look at the supply. He's up 15 supply.
He made the C mistake of switching too fast to Vultures. And now, with this amount of mutas, the expansions are exposed.
1-1 mutas, by the way. His eBay's gone. That means no more turrets. Sharp is in massive trouble right now. Like, yes, he has the powerful upgrades, or at least should have +2 pretty soon. But this is not a normal map. You cannot just sit here and camp forever. You can camp for a little bit, but at some point you actually have to move out onto the map. And by the time he moves out onto the map, Zerg may have, literally half of the map. These mutalisks are so tanky. Goodbye refinery. He doesn't even care about the vessel. He's like, yeah, just use an irradiate, bro. I don't care.
well, relax, Nyoken. Like, one good irradiate, and we are back on track.
And now he goes into the natural again. He's just killing so many Goliaths. He still hasn't used it as a radiate, by the way. This makes me think that he may not have upgraded it.
He used many SCVs as well.
Yeah, he's taken way too many losses. Zerg is now up 25 supply. Remember, Zerg has 7 hatches right now. Like, he can shoot up to max in like 3 cycles. This is another ransacking of the SCV line. There's a vulture here, but I mean, it's good. It doesn't get much damage though. That's a good irradiate, but there's still so many mutas.
Yeah, it's one that is. I mean, he's not making more mutas, so I think he's not going to lose to mutas after all. But the thing is, like, the ground army now is insane. How many tanks there are? Like,
there's like 1 tank.
What?
Yeah. He needs to put it on high ground also. Like, it can't be out here. Like, look, the mutas know that they're gonna win, or he knows that the Hydras are gonna win the game. So he's just like, I just need to kill these, random tanks that are here. He needs to siege immediately.
Okay, there are 3 tanks maybe?
Well, I don't know if Terran will die here because there are a decent amount of tanks, but it's still gonna be. Yeah, okay, that was not an effective trade at all.
He committed.
Yeah, he held very easily, but I mean, it doesn't matter though. I mean, Zerg is still up so much supply. That's a fantastic irradiate. Now the mutas are not a threat anymore. Vultures are not able to do any damage at mid-right. Tried to swoop down to bottom middle, but there were Hydras already there, so that doesn't do any damage.
I mean, the game kind of like stabilized now.
Well, I mean, it has in the sense that Zerg stopped attacking, but Zerg is still up 25 supply. Zerg still has 1k bank. If he has a Queen's Nest, he could go Hive, he could go Queens, and he could do whatever the hell he wants. Sharp is going to be mined out in his main in a second. Yeah, I mean, it's getting low, and even that natural is getting low.
Yeah, but the upgrades are good, so at least I don't think he's dying to Hive, at least.
I don't know. Zerg, I mean, I agree that the upgrades are crazy, but Zerg's going to max. I mean, Zerg's still on lair. What are you going to do? You can't just sit here and wait when you're on lair. You need to go do something.
Yeah. But it's still 3 bases for Terra. 3 bases make. At least he can force a 4 expansion somehow. I feel like that's probably need to be the play. Like, there is no queens in the map, so at least he can spend 1 more time.
I guess he rebuilt Muta. Man, that's so many mutas again. He really wants to get rid of that vessel. The Vulture spotted though. That was key that the Vulture spotted. So now he knows to be careful. Oh, irradiate needs 5 more energy. No, it doesn't. He can kill the command center. And that's exactly what he's doing. There's no repair. No repair. Is it too late? Oh, he repaired. Oh, he clutched it. He clutched it.
Wow, Nyoken. Prepare is strong.
Pretty good.
I saw the CB on 1 HP and he just saved that.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Soulkey's taking bottom left. So, I mean, he's like, well, okay, the game didn't end there. I'll just take another base. Nothing you can do about it. But Terran is starting to get a scary army. Like, the tank count is pretty insane. There's no way or no real other way to say it. Mutas are pretty garbage once mass upgrades kick in. So I'm kind of worried that this supply advantage is fake news for Soulkey. Like 2 Irradiates are gonna obliterate the Mutas, comboed with the Goliath with having them having +3 in just a second.
Yeah, I think he's rushing for Hive already. So I imagine if he's not making lurkers, if he's not making queens, he's probably going to make like lurker defiler and trying to hold this army.
Here we go, another round, and then immediate irradiate, and again, it does a lot of damage. The split was not good. Look how many Mutas died, it's just turrets.
Yeah, but they can still be annoying. Like each time Sharp tries to go out, oh, the vessel. Man.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's many irradiates left anymore, but Terran is on the move. I mean, he must have +3 really soon. We know he has +2. There goes the vessel. Zerg's army just looks small. Like, it looks like it's non-existent.
It's a very split in the map right now, but I wonder if Sharp is going to spend or he's going to attack.
I think he's attacking, man. I mean, Zerg has so many bases, you gotta do something. You gotta kill one of them at least. Whether it's mid-right or bottom-middle. I prefer bottom-middle because you can at least kill bottom-left also. But Soulkey's like, well, okay, well, you're gonna attack, but I'm just gonna counterattack you and kill some more SCVs.
It's a lot of supply coming to this Terran army. Oh, he made queens. But these queens are very far from being like in action. The building is 150 energy. They have 89 energies right now.
Yeah, so dead weight with the Muta supply, dead weight with the Queen supply. I mean, the Mutas killed so many SCVs that you gotta imagine there must be a worker advantage for Soulkey. No, this is an int. He's gonna throw his entire army away. There's no way this is working.
It's not working.
There's no way this can work. I guess those tanks on the right side were a little bit too far away from the other tanks, so he'll at least kill those. But that was a huge loss of supply.
Yeah, now with more tanks coming, I don't even know if he has enough queens to kill all the tanks.
I think he does. I think, what does he need, like 40 more seconds? Mid-right is dead. Like, that's 100% certain. But it's okay because he can just, re-drone bottom-middle and mid-left. And he'll get all of these tanks essentially for free with the queens. If he can cut off reinforcements, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, really good move by him. It's a really good idea. Isolate this army, try to use the queens now on the tanks. That is probably the move. You need to be careful, there are so many mines in the map.
All these fighters are kind of stuck. +3 is done. +3, +2. These are crazy upgrades. It's still a 20 supply lead, but wow. Okay, there are a ton of SCVs at mid-left, but Sharp is basically mined out. So, like, this push needs to, I would say, at least kill bottom left, and then at the same time, he needs to secure a base.
Oh,
but
no.
There's the Broodlings. 1, 2. He's gonna have like 6, 7 Broodlings. If he gets like 5 tanks right there, that's nice.
Yeah, but that is bad news for Terra, Nyoken. That is bad news. That now the amount of hiders there are, they can probably kill this tank. So.
Yeah, I think we can disengage straight up. No way there's disconnect. Okay, there we go. It's like slight lag. I don't think they would even try to replay. Yeah, he's just gonna. Didn't he type GG? Okay, there it is.
GG.
Wow.
What an ending, man.
Yeah, I was talking about how Sharp really needed those irradiates, and I didn't think it would make a big deal, make a big difference when initially Soulkey was attacking. But those couple of irradiates that came a little bit later, they did a lot of work, and I really did like Sharp's last, not necessarily last attack, but his timing attack at mid-right. It looked like those 3 tanks were a little bit too far forward. If they could have been a little bit closer to the other 5 tanks, Soulkey really could have taken a huge loss there with little in return.
Yeah. If that army was like, it was kind of like, that's the way Terran attacks a Protoss, like just like separating the tanks. Like, but against Ser, I guess it makes more sense that they are together and just like being defended by the Goliaths.
Oh, well, either way, now Soulkey is one game away, man, from the three-peat. What do you do now if you're Sharp? What I think Kickback was Soulkey's pick, so at least this will now be Sharp's pick. And if I remember, this is Minstrel here.
The thing is, like on Minstrel, you probably just want to play a standard, just like put a lot of pressure into the third player, deny that tier expansion, and just like win like that. It's a really hard map for Sirs to take expansion, so standard play is probably the best thing you can do.
I would imagine so. Like you said, the third base is basically impossible. At least the middle bases are impossible. If you can secure, either the corner base, well then okay, that's a little bit of a different story. What I like that Soulkey did this game is look at the Queen armor. Already at 2 armor. That's great. Like there was no point in this game where there were going to be Valkyries because obviously Terran's so low on money. But Valkyries are actually really good versus Queens. But if you get even just 1 armor, all of a sudden Valkyries are just really not very good. So that was a nice upgrade to get if they actually got to late game. And Soulkey, man, this guy wants that trophy right there bad.
I mean, it's only one game now.
And I don't think we're going into a break, but it wouldn't surprise me if we are. Okay, I guess we are going into a break, and then we'll be back with potentially the final game of the day, which is going to be on Minstrel. We are back, boys. That trophy right there. It's so close to being in the grasp of Soulkey. He's one game away. But Sharp, he's got his map pick. He's got Minstrel. He's got good maps coming up. Minstrel, then Monty Hall. We know he beat Hero on that map. And then Radeon as potentially the final map. But can Soulkey just end it right here is the question. Eonzerg, Minstrel, really tough map for Zerg, you think?
It is. It's really big. It's really. I wonder if Soulkey actually prepared some kind of like all in here, like with lurkers or something like that. Maybe some kind of mind game because it's a really hard map, and the thing is like it's also really difficult for you to like to defend your expansions because of like this mineral mechanics and all of that. It's a really hard map, Nyoken. I don't really know how Soulkey is going to win this, to be honest. Like if he does, I imagine it's going to be something with like, I mean, talking about the late game, it's probably a Hydra Lurker situation that he actually defended top or bottom expansions and try to defend from that point the mid expansion. But I don't know, honestly. I imagine for you, as Terran, it's probably one of the best maps on ladder, right?
I mean, I feel like it is. Zerg's obligated to only take certain expansions. You don't even really have to scout for hidden bases because if they take it, it's just such a free kill. I'm actually wondering if now's the time where you potentially go crazy Zerg. Maybe you just sit behind 2 bases, get your upgrades. If you can survive, you know, the first tank attack, then you're in a good position to double expand and maybe just win with your superior upgrades. We're looking at the predictions here. Despite it being such a good Terran map, there's no Terran wins on it. Also, basically, once again, all the pros think Soulkey's going to win here.
Interesting. Is it all depends how good Sharp aggression and so far I have to say that his control is not really that sharp, no pun intended. But yeah, it all comes to that, Nyoken. How good is Sharp aggression with the Marine Medic?
Oh, it looks like our player's going to be ready in just a second. Sharp is on his last leg here, contemplating what does he need to do to secure a victory. He can't afford to lose another game, otherwise he'll be out. I'm still curious what the openers are going to be for Soulkey. I mean, you're talking about maybe he needs the cheese. Does he 9 pool again? Do we finally see an 8 racks from Sharp here to try and just end the game quickly?
It's crazy to me we haven't seen a single 8 racks yet.
Here we go. We're getting into game 5 as we get into the countdown on Minstrel. And in the bottom right, so close to another championship, we do have Soulkey. And in the top left, it is Sharp.
Dude, Sharp is right now on 700 APM. So far he was on 1K. I'm like, wow, he's going for it.
Well, like you were saying, there was no 8 racks. I mean, we've only seen just a couple 8 racks the entire tournament. You know, at the pro level, 8 racks is a pretty common build, but for whatever reason, in the past few tournaments that I've seen, they really haven't been pulling it out that much. Now here comes that SCV. Once again, it's really early. This has to be an 8 racks, right?
Yeah, it is one.
There it is.
The location is interesting to me, but okay.
Yeah, it's a little forward, but not too far forward where he can't get the barracks back in time. Also, I guess it gives...
Oh no, it's not 9 pool. Never mind.
Oh, I was about to lose my mind. Also, I guess it gives him the option if he needs to wall the ramp and not the low ground. He could do that. And this is going to be hatch first, man. So this is a good opener for Sharp. Is it? Okay. For a second, I thought it was going to be 12 pool.
Well, again, we need to see how good the control is going to be, if he can get some drone snipes. But so far, so good for Sharp. I don't see any extra drones. So it's going to be like a
What?
very straight up pull. Oh,
This could be 1-1-1. 8 racks
yeah,
into
no,
1-1-1.
for sure. He's going for factory.
I think the fact that this racks is placed where it is, I mean, it still could be a wall in, like I said. So it could be, he may not actually pull off of gas. This could be 8 racks pressure into 2-port Wraith. I mean, that would be unlikely, but I could see it happening.
My issue with this is that now it's less dangerous for Soulkey in a sense that he's probably not committing too much with Marines and SCVs and bunkers.
Well, I guess the Marines went to the bottom side of the map for some reason, and Overlord spotted it. So now he knows Marines are on the way. He knows it's an 8 racks. The drone is going to get by the Marine, and now he's going to know that it's a factory follow-up. And by the way, Sharp has pulled off of gas, so it is not going to be a 2-port, but still mining with 1.
Now the CV, man, is so low on HP.
And he already canceled it. I think it's a smart move. Just cancel it. You know, put that money to better use somewhere else. Wow, he gets a drone. I mean, that's good. But killing 1 drone with an 8 racks, that's not enough.
Yeah, this has to be the most passive 8 racks I have ever seen. He killed 1 drone because Soulkey gifted it.
Yeah. I like what Sharp has done is he's hiding these Marines away so he can go for a counter. He knows that he can hold like any amount of Ling attack with just the Vulture. So smart move there to just, you know, come back in, get a full scout off, and now he may counter once he thinks that the Lings have already left. I hope Soulkey goes to the bottom because he didn't actually see the Marines come back. He saw his Overlord in the center, never caught a glimpse of it, and the drones actually spot him.
Maybe he can kill the drone, no? By the way, Soulkey, is he going for Lair or? Yeah, he made Lair, right?
Yeah, he made there. It should be done in a second.
No, there was in a second. No, he didn't start it.
Wait, what? I thought for sure I saw it. Okay, Hydras.
Interesting, man.
What do you think about this? I mean, as a Terran player, this looks like a great counter. I guess the question to me is how all in is this? Is if it ends up being 2-hatch Hydra, Terran might die, but the command center on the low ground or on the high ground, I think nullifies that from actually coming to fruition.
It seems like there are so many Marines left, and on top of that, he's making a starport so he can just like scout this for free. I don't think this is going to be dangerous at all.
Yeah, I think that this was the correct move from Sharp. He didn't actually get into the main and see what was going on. He doesn't know if he's getting all in. He doesn't have a wall. So just going for the safe route of building the Hydra or the command center in the main means that he's probably just like bust proof. I don't see how a Hydra bust is really going to work here. And with it being no lair, I mean, Soulkey's just mega all in here. This either wins the game or he's basically dead.
That Vulture missed the Hydra.
Oh, nope, he spotted it
Oh,
now.
he saw it now.
But there's only 2 and they're still slow, so it doesn't necessarily mean that there's no like lurkers coming.
Also, there are Link support as well too. Oh, but he's losing them.
Wow, he lost nothing, and now speed has been shown, and Soulkey's really in trouble. I mean, he
Got a drone.
committed a lot to this and got nothing.
By the way, Nyoken, oh, never mind. But he didn't repair the Vulture yet, so it was on low HP. Maybe Soulkey could have like killed that and be more aggressive, but no, never mind. He didn't commit.
Well, Soulkey's going to need to come up with something special here. He wasn't mining gas at his natural, so he wasn't as all in as I thought he was going to be. He's still got good econ. He's got his 3rd hatch coming when Terran still hasn't landed his command center. Terran also, I remember seeing the cloak upgrade being upgraded, but I don't know if he committed to that because I still only see 1 raid. I think he canceled it in favor of Siege.
Soulkey is thinking that Sharp is going for drops, so he doesn't really want to be out on the map with the Hydras.
Yeah, that's a smart move. We saw somebody be quite aggressive with the vulture drops. Maybe I'm thinking of a different tournament, but yeah, I think it was smart to turn those hydras around because they would have done nothing with an attack. So Soulkey just gonna try and power out of it. By the way, he has a evolution chamber in his main, and it's done. So he could be going for some type of weird crazy Zerg follow-up.
Yeah, the things like this is 1-1-1, and do you get so many vessels? Wow, that is a very fast Queenness, man. Well, no, actually not really, I guess.
I don't know, man. That seems really, really fast. It was like a sub 7 minute Queen's Nest off of a non-lair opener. These vultures are so annoying. They get another drone, and I actually think that this Queen's Nest doesn't necessarily have to be for Hive. It could be for Broodling, because maybe he thinks there will be like a Marine Medic tank push. He picks off another drone, and this is tilting.
Yeah, Sharp right now on top of his game. Forcing Soulkey probably to take an expansion that he doesn't want.
He's gonna go bottom middle. I mean, that's smart. If he was to take that base that was right by him, it would have been pointless. It would never be mining with tanks, sieging the mineral line. Wraith comes in. Something got canceled. Are there more barracks going down? Okay, he canceled a bunker and instead immediately puts down some barracks. He saw that Hive was on the way, so he knows it is Crazy Zerg.
You say Crazy Sir?
Yeah.
But why Crazy Sir? It could be like Defiler. Swarm.
I mean, I guess it could be Defilers, but the Queen's Nest is so fast, and he rushed Evolution Chamber. Why would he need to rush Evolution Chamber and Queen's Nest if it's not going to be Ultra?
Yeah, it seems like he invested so much into this Hydra that honestly I would be surprised to see Ultralis, but could be.
Okay, you're right. It is Defiler. I thought for sure that this was going to be Ultralist. I guess he doesn't know what Terran's eBay timing was, but the Evolution Chamber was considerably faster than the eBay timing, so it would have been nice to get some Ultralists. But we do have Terran on the move, and right now, Zerg is extremely weak. I mean, he has, 5 Speed Hydras? He doesn't even have a single Lurker. He doesn't have Mutas. He doesn't have Scourge. He really has nothing. This base at bottom middle could literally be killed off by just 10 Marines.
Yeah, I think he can die to this timing.
Yeah, he could also just straight up die to the timing. There's tanks on the way. Okay, he's got a good irradiate there. Where's the Lurker?
There's a 4 Lurkers flank.
Oh, he's not paying attention. He's not paying attention. Oh, he's gonna catch at least one of the tanks. Oh, he might get both. Oh my god, he gets both, and he gets a bunch of Marine Medic, and behind this, Zerg is double expanding.
Soulkey is too good. Like, I don't know how he trapped all these units and just kill everything. Like, killing 2 tanks like that, it was almost for free, Nyoken, and this is terrible. Because all the build that Sharp was doing was like this destiny to do a timing attack with vessels and siege tanks, and now he loses all of them. The Defiler is coming. I don't see Soulkey is dying to any timing anytime soon, to be honest.
Yeah, there's no timing anymore. What's he gonna attack with? 1 tank? By the time that's out, Defiler's gonna be out, Darkstorm's gonna be out. Soulkey knows he stopped the most important timing in the game. Now he's powering up really hard. But by the way, Sharp only has 1 starport. So he either builds a dropship or he builds a vessel. And he goes for a dropship, so that means that vessels aren't critical mass either, and they're not going to be critical mass for probably the majority of the game.
It seems like this dropship can be really annoying now. Maybe can punish that tier expansion from Soulkey. Is there a unit defending that at all?
I mean, he could.
Oh, so much.
There must be some defense there. You got 3 Lurkers. The drop is going to be annoying because it's just going to fly over this. Oh, never mind, it's not.
Actually, Sharp is protecting this dropship. Well, Defiler out. I don't think Plague is ready yet, or maybe it could be because he made such a fast Defiler.
types of filers are pretty freaking fast for how the game opened. Another, is this the same drop? One drop top right?
Yeah, it's the same. It's the same right shit, I think.
Sharp is going into mines. I mean, I don't know what to think about this, man. Sharp is just down so much. Like, he's down 2 bases. Mines are good, but they're really hard to make work with bio. And now that he's building mines, it means that he doesn't have tanks. He only has 1 factory and 1 starport, so he can afford to build both.
He's trying to make presence on the map, but man, the moment play hit that army, that's probably it.
Yeah, Zerg is going to be in trouble, or Terran's going to be in trouble if Plague hits. And there goes to the filer, but Darkstorm gets down, which is going to buy him a decent chunk of time. But at the same time, there is an attack going to the bottom side. A lot of attention has been drawn over on the mid-right towards this drop in particular, but it gets taken down. Oh, he killed the lurker somehow. Uh-oh. Oh, but there's another Darkstorm, of course.
There is always one more Nyoken, and now there is an army attacking the tier expansion from Soulkey, bottom mid. I don't see the fighter.
Yeah, there's no defiler for now, but okay, it appears out of nowhere, because that's just Nidus thing. And this is going to be saved.
Killing the guys? No, not so bad.
Yeah, I mean, he kills a lot of lanes, but in the end, the tank gets taken down, this base is saved. It's still 4-base Zerg versus 2-base Terran. There's an additional factory out, but there's no add-on. Okay, now he just puts down the add-on, and that's what I was waiting to see. When are the Ultras coming? And the answer is they're on the way pretty soon.
He has a good upgrade combo as well, man. He was upgrading from so early, like he's on +2, I believe. Look at this, +2 already. At 13 minutes.
Tank's gonna... I thought it was gonna die. Looks like it might actually be saved. Nope. See ya.
So Sharp can take this tier base. I think at the moment it's probably safe.
Yeah, but
yeah, go.
I was gonna say, yeah, but Terran lost like all their vessels, right? Or maybe there's a couple vessels down at the bottom left. If he puts down Darkstorm, he can just, continuously cast it over and over, and the minerals will never be mined.
Oh, Sharp is going to attack from 2 sides, but I don't know if that's going to work. I don't see a defiler.
Okay, that's a lot of damage right there. It's a lot of lanes. But there's a Nidus, and it just replaces the lanes instantly.
It's actually interesting. We didn't see a good play yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting for the catch-up to hit, but I guess he's just not able to get into range. I mean, Sharp's army is big. He's got a 30 supply lead, but I'm just worried that all this econ is about to kick in a second. We see more macro hatches come down. Soulkey has just now used all of his gas, so I'm guessing Ultras must be on the way. Yep, there we go. There's the first one.
Massive upgrades as well. 4-1. I didn't check the Terran upgrades. Didn't really keep track of it.
I think Terran's at 2-1 right now. He's probably like 2 minutes away from +3. But he's definitely not behind in upgrades, at least not right now. If +5 kicks in like the next 30 seconds or so, then I think Terran will be behind in upgrades, but not by much.
Okay.
Oh,
I don't see that many mines either to really do good damage to the Ultras. That could be an answer as well.
yeah, I know a lot of people theorycraft about, oh, just build Ultras and mines versus Ultras with your bio. The problem is when you go hybrid like this, where you have factories, and, you have spider mines. The spider mines are good. The Vultures are 2 supply. You don't have an armory. You're not upgrading them. They do literally 0 damage after the mines are taken out. So it's kind of just a complete waste. And now these Ultras are going to clean up probably everything.
Yeah, the army is very split right now. I don't think these Ultras are going to progress anymore. They're not going to die now.
Look at the supply, Eonzerg.
Man, it's pretty close. It's not supposed to be like that at this specific moment of the game. Usually Terra need to be ahead and putting a lot of pressure and getting trades from the vessels. So far it didn't happen.
Yeah, and he's now on the rally point doorstep. There's a Dark Swarm on the way, man. Oh, that is a lot of vessels, but he's gonna kill 1, 2,
Oh, it's gonna lose
3.
She died to the mine.
I mean, it dies to the mine, but Sharp is still not able to kill this Ultralisk. It's still just gonna sit here, and he's got so many more on the way. There's a random tank over here.
Put pressure on this hatchery, by the way. Sharp is doing what he can, but I don't think he can stop this many lorches with the fire.
That's just, the floodgates are starting to open. I guess the Ultralisk gets taken down, so this attack is not going to work, at least not just yet. But, I mean, this is what I was talking about. The Vultures, yes, the mines are great, but the Vultures are also an active unit. Imagine, like, it's hard enough to micro Marine Medic with SK Terror. Now you're microing Vultures also, and then your Vultures do no damage after the mines are set up? This one Ultralisk is going to clear out that whole base.
This is Swarm Terrain's beautiful Nyoken. It's a Picasso picture right now.
Yeah, the floodgates have opened, man. The Dark Swarm is here, and I think Harpy's writing on the wall. It's almost a maxed out Zerg versus barely 100 supply Terran. He irradiates, but the irradiates are just going to help kill the SCVs as I hear SCVs after SCV die, and there it is. GG, the three-peat is complete as Soulkey once again is going to take the championship.
It's the Soulkey era, man. It is really the Soulkey era. So amazing, so dominating the whole season. You can really tell, like, for a single moment that this guy was looking like mortal. Like right now, he's the guy in SSL, ASL, StarCraft, whatever. And it's going to be really interesting to see if Flash can stop this guy the next season.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's not like Sharp had bad builds or anything. Like his 8 Rex was great, did a lot of damage, but he messed up that one attack with his tanks. Soulkey caught it out of position. The only game where Sharp won was Deja Vu, and I would even say that was like a lucky game right there, because you know the 4 Marines got across the map, forced out 10 lings, killed a drone. If that doesn't happen, you know, Soulkey may have even won that one. Like, remember, that game was still close. The Mutas almost brought it back by themselves.
It's just insane. The way he's making these comebacks, the way he just engaged with the opponent units. It doesn't make sense the trade he's getting. Like, I'm a third player. I don't know how he's doing it, to be honest. I just don't get the same value. He's just so good, like at every step of the game, really. Like every read, even the games, like he was like losing. Like for example, Deja Vu. There was a moment I was like, well, actually, there is a chance he's winning this.
Yeah.
It was lucky that Charo like made to a starport. It's just insane.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, I always talk about how I don't understand how Zergs manage their econ. Like they do an all in, and the next thing you know, they're even in supply. It's like, wait a minute, what? How do you do that? But Soulkey, he knows how to do that. You saw him in almost every game. He pulls off of gas at certain points, mines the minerals, gets the macro hatches up, then puts back onto gas later, and he catches up the supply so quickly. It's unbelievable.
Thing is, Nyoken, we are now in this StarCraft. I would say like it's everything so timing focused. Everything is like build order perfect. I feel like Soulkey just changed so much into this new, I would say, meta of StarCraft meta. Like it's just insane. It's very hard to find any other server like performing like this apart from Hero.
Mm-hmm.
And even Hero doesn't really keep it like Soulkey. I mean, Hero was close to beat Soulkey in a final. Well, not. He pushed him to the limit to a game 7. But apart from Hero, I don't see any other third player like doing this kind of performance.
Yeah, for sure. Like we thought for a while that maybe Queen would be up there, right? Because he had already won 2 ASLs, and then he didn't even qualify one time. He hasn't done very well in ASL in a while. Soma's obviously not even playing. Jaedong has been like not getting the results since forever, pretty much. Effort, he's gone right now. Like all of the Zerg hope relies on this one guy here. I'm trying to think of who was even the other Zerg in the tournament. Like once we got to the top 16 or top 8 or whatever it was, we only had 3 Zergs.
Action,
Yeah, Action,
action.
and who was the other one? Oh, Hero, yeah.
Queen. No.
Nah, Hero, Action, and Soulkey were in the top 8 and maybe top
Oh yeah.
16.
Queen losing the round of 24, I believe.
Yeah, and I still think it was just 3 Zergs in the round of 16 because I remember there were, what, 8 Terrans in the round of 16? So probably
Yeah,
5
yeah.
Protoss?
There is always so many Terrans, but the thing is like last season it was Hero and Soulkey. This season it was also Hero and Soulkey, but this time Soulkey was the one that made it to the final. Like Hero lose against Sharp. Um, the, it's just like insane to see that he's able to dominate this. I can't even believe this now. Okay, like to be fair, like I remember early ASL seasons, Soulkey was always getting eliminated to third players. Maybe that's
Yeah.
the reason that he's dominating this hard is because there are not that many CBCs.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, Queen made a comment a few seasons ago how Soulkey's just not very good ZVC, but I don't know what the hell he's talking about because every time I watch Soulkey play a Zerg versus Zerg, he still wins. So even if it's weak, which I don't believe, he wins anyways.
Yeah, no, he's for sure really good. But I remember early seasons he was always getting eliminated by third players. And now he's just like he's the force to beat, man.
Yeah.
It's incredible. I can't even like this guy just like made a legacy. Like it's going to be so hard for any other third player to win 3 ASLs in a row. Like I don't think we haven't seen that even like in the K spiral. Like yes, Jaedong won some titles, but it wasn't in a row. Like he won like maybe a year or something like that, and then he win in different years.
Yeah, I would be
It's,
curious to see who even won 3 in a row, other than Flash, of course. I imagine he did that, but who else? I know, Bisu won 3 MSLs. That doesn't necessarily mean they were 3 in a row.
yeah. No, I don't think apart from Flash, I don't think anyone else have done it. So it's actually incredible. Like Queen won 2 ASLs in a row, so it's actually insane. Um, but yeah, now Soulkey he just made history, man. It's just incredible.
Yeah, but definitely puts him up in the god tier echelon of
By the way,
StarCraft.
I'm glad with the skill we saw in these finals. I feel like they were like really good games in my opinion. Maybe because I'm a third player, maybe I'm yeah, but in my opinion, they were like really good games.
Yeah, I mean, there were definitely moments where Sharp messed up, right? Like his attack on the bridges on Minstrel, at the bottom right. But at least the build orders were good, right? Like at least the build up until that point was good. And then even though he kind of botched it, well, it just kind of was a testament to the Soulkey skill also. Because remember, Soulkey opened 2 Hatch Hydra, and it did no damage. It did nothing. So, I mean, overall the play was really good. I wish that we could have gotten a long game. The longest game we got was what, the kickback game? And it was literally just, we were just waiting for Sharp to run out of money, right? Like we didn't get to see any big epic battle. We didn't get to see like a 30-minute split map game. I mean, that's the only disappointment I have with the series.
Yeah, I will say props to Sharp for making it this far, for showing good games. I think he lacks this experience in finals. I feel like he's the kind of player that maybe if he gets to like three more, like 2 or 3 more times, maybe he could actually like do really well. Like he's the kind of guy that he's just like learning over time and just getting better and better with the situation. So I imagine that eventually he's going to be like a. I mean, he's already a contender, but he's going to take the trophy.
Well, he definitely could, because the fact that he made top four and now the finals, back-to-back seasons. Before that, it had been a while before Sharp had made the top four, if I remember correctly. For a long time, I thought of Sharp as being like a top 16 maybe type-ish player, like not even really top eight. So he made like a huge jump within the past year. So I definitely think we could see him again. I think next season I've got my eyes on a couple players. Like Speed played really well. Like as a Terran player, I was impressed with how he played. I actually have my eyes really focused on Snow again. He got to the top four, but a lot of his games look quite shaky. So I'm like kind of nervous next season that he might not perform very well at all.
I mean, I'm sorry to break it for you, but I don't think anyone's going to be like focused in anyone else than Flash.
You don't think so?
If that makes sense, because it's like the biggest. It's like everyone will be waiting for Flash to come back for a long, long time.
Yeah.
The pressure is going to be insane for Flash as well,
Yeah.
because it's, everyone is expecting him to win the season. By the way, it's not just like coming back and congratulations on your round of 24. Yeah, good luck next season. No, everyone is expecting Flash to come back and dominate, and I wonder if Flash standard is also that come back and dominate.
I'm curious about that myself. I know he's been playing in Pro League because I saw him play in Pro League the other day. Like I couldn't believe the lineup. I mean, it was like I can't remember the exact lineup. It was like Flash, Rush, Bisu, Jaedong, Light. Who else? I think Soulkey was playing. I think Hero was playing. Oh, no, Soulkey wasn't playing because he was practicing for this, but Hero was playing. But literally, like 8 out of the 10 players were like players that could win the ASL. I mean, it's crazy that he's already that good and playing in Pro League.
Oh yeah, actually he beat Sharp in activity. I saw it on Minstrel.
I mean, that's impressive, man, because I think Sharp's best matchup is Terran versus Terran. I really like his multitask in that.
Nyoken, what is crazy to me is that I have seen Flash doing a lot of two factories.
On one base?
Oh yeah, against Protoss. You say you told
No.
yeah, you told me the other day like, oh yeah, I don't think like it's I have seen like him doing that like many times and working. That is the crazy part. So I wonder if that is the reason like Barracks was doing. It's like Flash is training him with these builds.
I mean, probably, but if Flash is doing two facts on one base, he can't win the championship. He just can't do it. Protoss players will figure that out real quick.
Yeah. Well, man, let me say my words here for everyone.
Okay.
Thanks for a great season. Thanks for having me. Thanks to all the casters that actually participate into StarCast, because all of us doing this for free, giving our time. Um, you know, thanks to all of you, man. Really, like to everyone that just like supports StarCraft. It's just amazing. So I respect that a lot. So thanks to Nyoken, man. Like giving so much time to this cause. It's crazy. We casted 3 ASL finals already, so it's actually insane to me. Didn't expect to cast that many. So yeah, thank you, man.
Yep, thank you, Eonzerg. I agree with everything you said. It's not just me casting here every single time. Every day or every weekend, I always ask a couple casters, hey, do you have any time? Whether it's Eonzerg, Rhett, or, Raz, Jaehyun, Shun, they help out quite a lot. And of course, we cast this live, but Cruiser puts the VOD on YouTube. So he also does a lot of work behind the scenes and also a lot of work related to StarCastTV. And we are done with the finals, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to seeing you in what's going to be Soup Season 2.
Thank you, Bye bye.